Hey there smartphone fans, and I know how much you want a big display phone that's beautiful, has a big battery and scores really high on all those benchmarks, and on top of that is good for photography and gaming but costs less than $300. Usually that isn't really possible, but Xiaomi for another year with the Redmi Note series have made it possible. Welcome to my Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 hands-on full in-depth review. Best value phone in 2018. And Redmi Note 5 takes the scene by storm. It is a big phone with 6-inch display, Full HD plus 18:9. That is not really that big, as I've mentioned in my unboxing. It's just 180 grams and around 8mm thick. So this is again a normal phone with a big battery. It has that true rear camera, it has MIUI, and it has that Snapdragon 636. It also has a notification LAT on the top of the display. What really makes this phone stand out is the Snapdragon 636 is a high performance chip coming to a very low cost phone. That's right, you're getting around Snapdragon 820 performance for around $200 with the Redmi Note 5. And the Redmi Note 5 also comes with Android 8.1 Oreo out of the box, and this is a global version I am running here. This supports a lot of languages. Check out my unboxing video for that if you plan to buy it and you want the interface to be in your native language. The Redmi Note is perhaps the fastest phone you can get around this price point at new. But let's start with the review. The display on the phone, the 6-inch 18:9 2160 by 1080 pixel display, and you can see it's around 80% screen to body ratio we're getting here on a $200 phone with insanely high resolution. All that being said, the Redmi Note 5's display is really decent. Is it amazing? No, but I don't think you actually expect that from a budget phone. Is it good enough? Hell yeah, it is. Watching YouTube videos, especially streaming high quality content from the display, yields really good results. Redmi Note 5 is meant to be a durable media device. You can watch hours and hours and hours of video on that big 4000 mAh battery, and the experience is overall mostly positive. The sunlight visibility on the device was also on the very good side, considering again this is a budget phone and does not come with an AMOLED. This is a LCD IPS panel, and the sound quality was really good on the device, so check it out. On the software side, MIUI 9 brings with the Redmi Note 5 Android 8.1 Oreo, but you'll never guess it's running Android 8.1 Oreo because a lot of the features are just really not in there. The biggest feature in this ROM is actually the gestures, which Xiaomi have implemented. Swipe from left and right to the screen to go back and forward, swipe up to go to home, and hold that swipe to view your recent apps. However, this implementation is really not very clever and it's a bit tedious at times because some apps really don't like it. All that being said, MIUI 9 is still plenty colorful, has those free themes, free wallpapers, and is really fast once you get used to it. The main idea for the MIUI 9 is to simulate iOS a little bit, but give you a very fast and responsive user interface, and Xiaomi have done really well in that. However, they have once again neglected the split screen multitasking, which is available, but it's not as ideal as I would like because you can't resize the windows. Now onto the gaming, as this is what the phone really wants to cater at, the gaming and photography crowds at a really low price, and there it absolutely succeeds. Here I'm I running Shadow Fight 3 at the highest resolution settings, and the game actually runs flawlessly. I didn't expect any frame drops from it, and there wasn't any. I was able to be competitive on it on the very highest level with the highest graphical settings, and the game looks really well. But it's a 3D fighter, and it's one of those games that really don't require that much horsepower to run, but still look really good. This game on the high settings is not that well playable in Snapdragon 625 and 630. But moving on to the big guns, like PlayerUnknown's Battleground for mobile. This is something that a lot of you really want to play on that phone. However, there was two weird things. First of all, the phone came on from the start on low settings, which was a bit weird. Then later in the menu, I found out that, oh, I could only go as high as balanced. I couldn't enter HD or HDR graphics mode to run the game, which is a bit of a cheat on the Xiaomi side here, because it doesn't let players and fans of the game see how good the phone is by cranking game up to the high settings and see if it really is playable, and I couldn't do that. However, on the settings that I could balance out, like on the balance settings, the game ran really well, with a few minor frame drops that could have been due to my Wi-Fi speed and lag probably. I'm thinking that Xiaomi probably should introduce the upgrade to those settings, but if you really don't care, and the graphics fidelity in the balance settings is really fine, and you're getting a lot of detail, and you're getting really smooth gameplay experience from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on mobile. But it was a shame that I couldn't crank the game up to at least the HD settings to see how well it performed. Next up, I have a few words on battery life. The 4000 mAh battery life and the Snapdragon 636 really go well together. On my first day of really heavy usage, I was able to take the battery down by only 40%. Leaving it overnight with 4G and GPS only yielded around 4% battery decrease in around 10 hours of standby time. Most I could get out of the device was 2 days of heavy usage with around 6 hours of screen on time, but that includes all of gaming, YouTube and browsing, which is a real heavy usage. All of you who rock the Redmi Note 4X and expect the same battery life or better from Redmi Note 5, I will have to disappoint you, because the Snapdragon 636 is made on the same process level, but it is a much more powerful chip and requires a bit more battery, so the battery life is not as good as the Redmi Note 4X and Redmi Note 4. On to charging, the device was charged in around 2.5 hours to fully charge, so the device supports some kind of fast charging, but not up to quick charge 3.0 standard. Still, it was very decent. Now on to the cameras. I did make a full camera review on the Redmi Note 5, and I suggest you actually check that out. But to sum it all up, Redmi Note 5's both front and back camera will deliver absolutely incredible value at this really low price. Good pictures even in low quality, and the video has electronic image stabilization, but is only capped at Full HD at the moment. I really do think that photography lovers, especially phone photography lovers, will find the Redmi Note 5 irresistible with those really decent front and back cameras, even though the portrait mode could have been done better at some times. The Redmi Note 5 is one of the first devices I have ever seen to cater so good to the performance, gaming, battery demanding and photo and camera demanding crowds at below $250, and this is something that only Xiaomi are known for. So the Redmi Note 5, if you look at it and you're thinking of buying it, yes, the Redmi Note 5 is worth your money and then some. This is a phone that will not disappoint any Xiaomi fan or buyer who's looking for the best value out there on the market for camera, gaming and battery life. So I really can't say that any downsides of the phone are really just swept away by that really low price. So Redmi Note 5 is a recommended device by me, and I'm pretty sure by every reviewer out there. You can buy a phone from the link in the description below. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because I will be doing a full Meizu E3 versus Redmi Note 5 review next, so stay tuned for that as well. Peace out.